Okay, everybody, it's still me, Gregory Mannarino. It is just lovely, and I'm still in a great mood, honestly. Let's talk about what's happening here and see what we can get out of it. Yes, Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. Did you see this market today? Let's put that into perspective. We started out really nice. Stocks higher across the board. It was just lovely. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was higher by about 236 points at the high. We finished negative 430, but why? Two things happened to the market today. Two things hit the market today. Number one, this cyber attack on Ukraine banks and government systems. Obviously, this is Russia. This is what they're telling us. And then we get a warning from the Pentagon. And that was the real kicker, I think. Because when this cyber attack news came out, the market, it fell under some pressure, but there was no sell-off. And then we get this warning from the Pentagon that it appears that Russia is going to invade or make another move a lot deeper into Ukraine. Well, that hit the market. Okay. Let's see how that whole thing plays out. Anyway, let's look over at the debt market, the 10-year yield. It's stable. We're 1.98. The dollar did rebound. A little bit of a fear trade there. Knee-jerk higher in the relative strength of the dollar or the Dixie. Crude oil still WTI around 91. Gold put on a fractional gain. Silver put on about 1%. Cryptocurrencies in aggregate were higher except for Bitcoin, which fell under a little pressure. Okay, that's where we stand. But I don't know. We got to put a whole bunch of stuff together. Just real quick. Now I know a lot of people are very nervous and afraid and everything. But let's talk about that. The S&P 500 today, after the sell-off, is now 12% below its all-time high. Now the NASDAQ, which is the bastard child of the three major indices here, is about 19% away from its all-time high. I believe sincerely, people, come on, you chartists out here, tech is so massively oversold right now. I can't believe that there is not deals to be made out here, companies to be bought. I still think you should be nibbling at the cues. So you take advantage of these things. Look, unless, of course, here's the real situation. Unless this really turns out to be more than just a regional conflict, the market's going to shrug this off at one point. If it does, obviously, expand wider, and I don't think that's going to happen. I would love to hear from you. Do you think that this is going to expand to maybe a new world war? Or is this just going to be a regional conflict? I don't know. But if in fact it does spread, obviously the ramifications for everybody in the market is going to be bad. But what we're seeing right now in the markets, people, this really should be no surprise to you whatsoever. Please check the video I did, my top 5 trends for 2022. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a link to that video in the description of this video. I outlined what we're seeing right now. Granted, I didn't call that we were going to see a Russian invasion here, but I did expect to see increased volatility due to geopolitical nonsense, energy prices skyrocketing, food. Please watch that video. There's a lot of neat little things in there. Again, link in the description of this video. Going back to just the fear in this market, I did a video a couple of weeks back where I explained to you how to hedge your positions using something called protective puts and getting long energy here to protect your portfolio against exactly what we are seeing now. So if those of you out here who watched that video took that advice, you're doing pretty damn good. You're doing pretty damn good right now, honestly. Me personally, people, I still feel that there's value here in banks. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. Also, for all of you, okay, I had said yesterday that we should be looking at oil and gas producers. I also said I wasn't going to tell you what they were because I wanted you to subscribe to my newsletter, which I really hope you did. But what I have taken the liberty of doing is placing those exact companies, these oil and gas companies, on my website, traderschoice.net. So go to my website, traderschoice.net. You will see the banks I'm talking about. You will see the oil and gas companies, Gregory Mannarino's top stock picks. Again, just click on that link in the description of this video. Underneath the video where I did my top 5 trends for 22, it's playing out pretty much exactly like I said, honestly. All right, people, look, so we understand what hit this market today. I was just writing stuff down. The cyber attack, number one, then this warning from the Pentagon. Just real quick, we're seeing, and obviously this is no secret here, a lot of cash make its way into commodities. And this is something that does raise my eyebrows a little bit, okay? Because I believe when we get this meltdown in the debt market, we're going to see commodity prices surge. Now, if you want exposure, I'll tell you what it is so you don't have to subscribe to my newsletter. But anyway, if you want exposure to commodities, my lions out here, look at PDBC. PDBC. It's a nice way to get exposure to commodities here. Anyway, let's see what else I wanted to talk to you about here. Just real quick, has nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to tell you. So last night, I was in agony with my stomach. I mean, absolute freaking agony. I couldn't believe how much pain I was in. In fact, it was the most pain I've ever felt. I'm not lying. And I have a history of kidney stones. Well, it turns out that I got pancreatitis. And this shit is nasty. So to all of you who may be in the same boat as me with acute pancreatitis, woo, not any fun. I definitely would not wish that on anyone. I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. I kind of feel like we're all a family, really. And some of you have been with me for so long that we kind of are a family. So why shouldn't I give you a little insight as to what's going on in my life here? All right, what else did I write here? People, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover here in this video. We have a situation which we need to keep our eyes on. Again, and I've said this repeatedly over and over and over and over again. If there's a shooting war over there, this market's going to drop. It's going to drop big, and I'm going to buy. I'm going to be buying banks, probably oil and gas companies, the same ones that I put on my website, traderschoice.net. That's the way I'm going to play it, okay? When people get afraid or the markets overreact, which they always do, that's the time to buy. Right now, this market has done virtually nothing. I mean, we are 12% off of an all-time high regard to the S&P 500. Is that really so bad? We had a series of more record highs last year with the S&P 500 than we've ever had in history. So anyway, you got to keep all this stuff into perspective, people. You really, really do. Anyway, and like I said, think about it for yourself. If you feel you like exposure to commodities, I have not bought this yet, okay? But I'm thinking about it. So PDBC is that ticker, okay? Exposure to commodities there. Might want to take advantage of that. Anyway, all right, people, that's pretty much it for today. Covered a lot with you. What do you think, honestly? Do you feel like this warning from the Pentagon today is bullshit or it's real? I mean, I have to say this. With the cyber attack on Ukraine today, on the banking system and government agencies, maybe they may be setting up for a bigger invasion over there. And just be ready for it. Just be ready for the market to overreact to the downside. It's going to happen if an incursion or a deeper incursion does occur. All right, people, that's it. Love you a lot. Please share the video. And really, watch the video I did. Top 5 trends for 22. And you'll see that, well, I told you all this was going to happen pretty much. It's in the description of this video. I'm out of here.